Mad Dog here again. Now I'm going to be doing a video for the event and the contest and everything else that can give you an advantage and a little upper hand in the game.
The only thing you'll find
let's
here
go
are
to volume
hunters
here.
and prey, winners and losers.
So again, in case you didn't hear me there, we're just going to go over a recap for the event. Now, the one event that's coming up, as you'll see, in 13 hours is a top boss event. So last one, I got first place. And this one, again, we're going to try to go for first, but we'll see what happens. Now, there's different strategies you can use. Now, you see how the event says it was the countdown clock for 13 hours. So these events, you don't know which one's going to be first, second, or third, but they come in phases. There's a gathering one, there's a building one, there's a troop training one, there's a few other ones too. So you want to be prepared for them. So just because the event starts in 14 hours pretty much, doesn't mean you cannot start ahead of time. So usually I start ahead of time now, because the last event I thought it was going to be a bit different. So you have to think about the game, you have to adapt to it, and you have to learn the strategies. So with this, it's better to prepare ahead of time. So as you see, because gathering, you can get more gold. So if it's the first event, then I'm lucky. If it's not, then I pretty much had my guys out gathering gold, just chilling. But either way, I still get it, so it doesn't really matter. But if I hit it on a first event, then I will get a lot of points. So now, you see how long it takes right there, so I'm good with the days. But if I switch it up to my skill set 1 that I have stacked, you'll see that all changes a lot faster. So I'm just going to leave it on that right now, and then I'll change it later for the competition, because I'll gather more and everything else. And you can also even hit quick gather, but this won't do gold. It says right down at the bottom, it excludes gold. But I'll do it anyways, because it's going to speed up my wood production, so I'll gather more in the long run. So it just sped it up almost about 50 minutes there. And if I go off again, you'll see that it jumps up. So it does change it drastically. So watch your skills, which ones you have set on and which ones you don't. And even when you're training troops to everything else, make sure you select the appropriate one. Now we'll go into the town there. So I'll show you what I have prepared for the event. So for this event, I already got my troops training. So when a troop event comes up, you don't know which day it is, I'm pretty much okay, because I have them spread out. I have one at 3 days, one at 2 days, one at another almost 4 days, and one at 2 days. So I made sure I was all in between with them. And as you can see, some are 10,000, some are 11,000, this and that. Now, I did that just to show you guys. When you switch to this, and as long as you have it set up right in your avatar with your hero skills, then you can train more troops. So you'll activate the skill, and then you click on the building, and then that's going to give you an extra, what I have there, about an extra 1,000 guys will let me train extra. So it does help. So make sure you have that on when you're training troops, as long as you have the appropriate skill set. Now I'll just show you guys quick so you know what I'm talking about. So I'm on assist here, and this is with your skills here. I have 169 that I can use. As you can see right here, it'll increase the soldier number by 125. So I went with this route only to the left side, and I kept going down. And you can increase the march speed of them too, so it's good for attacking critters. So there's 500 extra right there. And I kept going down this side. I didn't bother much with the right side. I kept going down. And you can see with the last one, you can increase the number of soldiers also again when you're training. And then there's the last one there. So this is a handy skill to have when it's unlocked, but this will be at an extremely high level. So this is way later on in the game. Anyways, guys, So that's for that one. And for the resources, we can go over that recap too, just so it gives you guys a clearer idea. So when you're doing the gathering event or a building event, make sure it's on development. And as you can see, your building speed is up. So if you activate this one before you start a build, it will decrease the time. So if you're doing your speed ups and stuff and everything else, make sure you have it on this one, guys. Now you'll see I did the increased lumber speed. Now this is all your preference on which you want to go. You can go food speed or wood speed, whatever you like. I did wood because it's worth more points, and usually you need it a lot in the game. Now when you get down to here, you have different ways you can branch out of on the tree. So what I did, again, I went with wood. You can switch it up. You get more points for iron. So iron's not a bad one either. So it's really, again, all on your preference. I use wood a lot, so I want to go with wood. After you do that, you can collect this skill, which you can activate on the main map, which you guys see me do. But it does exclude gold, so be alert about that. The next one here reduces building time, so that's a good one to have. And if you keep going down, you have to branch off and pick one. This one's for the cash yield, so this will increase it in your town, and this one will increase it collecting speed, so this will be outside your town. So I went with outside the town. And then this one will increase your gold speed. So this is a really good one to have. That's 30% faster. And this one is cool too once it's activated, because this game is based on raiding tiles and other stuff. But this will protect your tiles from players. So it just gives you a 3-hour shield. It's the only way to activate a shield on tiles unless they come out with some sort of item or buff, which they very well may. Now you have two options here. This will increase your collection speed for lumber and iron outside the town. The other one's for your inside. So of course I went with the outside because I'm very active. If you're not that active, you're busy with school or whatever else, then select this one and then you can just grow with your town. Now this one will convert food. If you have less than 20 mil protected, it will be converted. Now you also have this skill too with your horse Duke. So after you get him to level 100, you can use that skill. Alright, so now we're gonna get out of here. So we did development. So you'll use development for building, research, and gathering in your event. And for your assist, you'll do that for troop training. Now, there's a few other events they have for your top boss. The other events they have is a power increase, which is +1 point and -1 point. So what that will mean is you'll get one, well, obviously it's self-explanatory. You'll get 1 point per every power increase. Now, it's not a whole lot of points, but depending on how you're playing, there's tricks in increasing it. So one, you have to think outside the box. So if you haven't healed all your troops, then save them up. But this can be a risky move to do, because if you're in a war, then it's going to kill your troops. So you have to be well protected. You have to have a good defense to everything else. So if I look at the hospital here, I'll go to heal, right? Now, let's see how many guys I have there. You see I have 60. Oh, sorry, guys. You'll see I have 64,000. So if I go to select all, you'll see it won't take long for me to heal that. The time's only 2 hours, but I'll get massive points. And that didn't even pick half my guys here. So sorry about that. Just caught on to that. Wondered why it was so fast. So that sounds about right. So you'll see there it says 16 hours. So now since it's 16 hours, I could heal these guys, but I don't know what the event is. So I'm not going to heal them just yet. I have tons of speed ups for this. And you can see the power restored below is about 400k. So that's huge. So the way to get this is by attacking critters, because it won't kill your troops. It will hurt them. So keep in mind, you got to think outside the box. Do a strategy game for your events. So after you get that one set up, I'd use that one for the power increase. Troop training, have it set up in advance. And now we're going to talk about your build events. So as you can see, this takes 7 days. This one build was a 14-day. So I started this a week ago. And now the event starts in 1 day. So there'll be 6 days remaining. So the event lasts about a week too. So if I land on a build event, then I use speed ups and increase this. So instead of building this building right away, it'd be a 14-day build for the event. So that takes huge speed ups, but you get huge points. So I started this a week ahead of time. So instead of using a week of speed ups to whatever else, I may only have to use 5-day speed ups, or vice versa, whenever that event lands on that day. But you don't want to really use this for a power increase day. You want this for a build event because you get more points. Same with your research. I didn't have any research going at the time because I'm increasing my build so I can do higher tech. So anyways, guys, that's about it for those events. Now, with the power decrease one, you can increase and decrease your power. So it's -1 point, it says. So example, if I go over here and attack this person and they're in the event, now I'm going to knock their power down, which will affect their score in the game. So if you're having trouble staying in lead against somebody, you can always attack them, decrease their score, and then just bubble, and then it will hurt them huge because it's only 1 point per power increase. So I forget what the equation works out to for soldiers or troops, but it all depends on what tier you're healing to everything else. So aside from that event, so we covered the resource one for gathering, we covered the build event, we covered the troop training, and we covered the power-up event. Now there could be another event in there that could be a kill event or war event. We haven't had one yet, so I'm not going to touch too much bases on the war. But like I said, if you do go to attack someone, make sure you have your combat skill on and activate it. Now, if you're not VIP 8, it's going to be really hard to switch back and forth between these. I recommend that you get VIP 8 if you're going to play the game long. And also, last but not least, we'll go back to the town here. There's one more thing I'm forgetting to tell you guys. I'm just trying to remember what it was. Oh, yes. This is what it is. So, with the events, the one thing you want to do, you'll look at your shop. So, people that don't buy your items ahead of time to this and that, they're making a fatal error. Now, you don't have to buy every single one every day, but you can see I just bought the first ones. Now, I bought the first ones for the last week, and I also get the special buys, so I've been stockpiling them. Because when the event's on, you only get 24 hours for each one, so you could buy these right out, and then you won't have any more speed ups or time ups. And then all you can do is buy them at your VIP store, which are expensive, or you'll have to wait for something lucky to come on, like a daily special. But usually in the events, they come on once a day, and that's pretty much it. So if you stockpile it a week before or for 2 weeks ahead of the event, then you're going to be ahead of the game huge. So I'll look at my bags, and I'm going to go to my other. And you can see that all my speed ups I have stockpiled. I have a pretty good amount right now. I even have 400 hours in hour 1. I haven't used any for a week. So I've just been collecting them, guys. And you can even see with my troop training, I have a lot too, which is very handy. So if you're in war and attacking, you can just keep re-healing your troops, and you just have to make sure you have a lot of resources to heal them again. So I'm pretty much set for the event. You can also get good deals right in your auction. Somebody outbidded me on something, but sometimes the speed ups won't come up, but there's a build up right there, so that's not too bad. So let's go to this. Let's see if we can get that. So I'll get 200 more for building if I win that. Now they got good deals on food to everything else, and I'm short some billion. I really don't like changing the gold for billions, because really the gold's way more valuable. The gold bars, that is, anyways. So I'm just going to shake my phone. So we covered that aspect with the resources, your speed ups, stockpiling it. And I think that's pretty much it. If you follow those little guidelines, that's going to help you guys out huge in the game. So again, just to recap and summarize, make sure you have the appropriate skill set for your development set up. And then make sure you have your combat good if you're going to attack players. And for assist, make sure for your training troops or attacking critters. Oh, and that's the one event that will be on too, is a critter event. So also a good thing to have is your stamina. So make sure you save up these guys here for your events. I use some because I like to level up my hero. As you can see, I'm almost up another level there. I'm not too far away, but before I use any more stamina to this and that, I'm going to empty this out so it just refills itself. But make sure you are aware about that. Saving them isn't a bad thing, because there are events in the game that are just for critters. And the higher the level you hit, the better it is. So for example, when you're at my level here, that's 35 for these guys. What you'll get for experience ratio is 5,500. Now, again, to recap and summarize everything, when you're doing this stuff here, your heroes play a huge role in it. And I'll just show you one. And I'm going to make another video about heroes, so I'm not going to go too much into it. So, I believe, was it this guy here? You can also get more experience right here. So it's pretty cool. I haven't leveled that one up yet. There's reasons why, but it's pretty cool though, because that will increase you in events to everything else. So be aware about stuff like that and the skills to everything else. Anyways, guys, I'm gonna wrap up this video. Just try to think outside the box. There's a few other tips I could give, and I'll give you one more for the power-up events. Just make sure you can also decrease your hero skills and everything else. Take them all, unequip them, and then equip them back. But just be aware of when you're doing that. If you have one stacked, you will lose some items on it. So if you have one stacked, I wouldn't play with that skill, but remove them all, the ones that are level 1 to whatever else, and then you can put them back when the power event is on, and it will increase your score. You can also do one more thing to increase it for the power events, and you can go to your town where it's a sign, and I'll show you a trick right here. I just took him out. You'll see it's minus. So if you do that before the event, and then as soon as the event starts on, you assign him again, you'll get points. So it's just playing smart. You got to think outside the box. So this is a quick way to get points. You just unassign everyone and then assign them back up again. So that's the last tip I'll give. I can't give away all my secrets or else I won't finish first. Anyways, guys, have fun playing. Play smart. Have fun. Take care. Mad Dog out. Bye. Oh.